Hey everybody! Today I'm doing something very different. I am ranking the alphabet lore characters. I even rewatched the original video and I took notes for this, so you better listen up. You know what, I'm even gonna put these glasses on because they make me look a little smarter. So I'm your teacher, Lightning Lane. We're gonna go over the alphabet lore. So we got super powerful, sidekick, barely did anything, and oof. Oh yeah, there's definitely some letters that got oofed in this. So we're starting off with A. Now A, he's in quite a bit of the storyline. You see him quite a bit, but he doesn't do all that much. He's part of Cab, so he got that going for him. Put him in sidekick. He's not super powerful, but he did some stuff. Then we've got B. You know what? I might have to rank B the same. I mean, it's, you know, part of Cab. He's brutally killed by F at one point. But, you know, I think it's pretty similar to A. Then we've got C. Now, C, well, I mean, he bites F in the butt, so it really hurts him. But he really doesn't do much other than that. I mean, he's in the same boat as Cab. So, I'm sorry, this is kind of starting all the same right here. But D, oh, okay, I don't think anyone's, no one's rooting for D. Within the first few seconds, he gets, you know, like taken advantage by F and taken prisoner, and he just he spends most of the time hanging in chains and suffering. I mean, I feel bad for D, like, but at the same time, we're ranking by powerful, and he's just very low down there. He's on the oof territory for sure. And I have to say, it's basically the same thing for E. I mean, D and E, I mean, you can basically put them in the same boat. Like, they're basically the same letter at this point. He doesn't do a single thing the whole time, really. Then we've got the one that everyone is wondering about, and that is F. Obviously, F is very high up there on the tier list. The thing that impresses me about F is, if you remember, he just easily is able to suck off the power stones off of the other letters, so his sucking ability is very, I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to phrase it, but his sucking ability is very good. He easily destroys all these other letters. I mean, like, he just takes advantage of them, takes advantage of K and I, easily destroys H and S like it's nothing, and it really takes all the other letters to try to defeat him. And some people even say he could have destroyed all the letters, no problem. He kind of lets himself be destroyed just so that it can spell out friends. Now, that's just a theory, but we're throwing F way up there into super powerful. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Then we've got G. Now, G, I think, is a lot more powerful than people give him credit for, because G, well, right from the beginning, he's kind of trampled over by F, but then he turns around, calls up the other letters like, this is an emergency. He takes leadership. He helps create Cab. He helps create the map. I mean, G is way up there. So I'm putting G actually as powerful. Not as powerful as F, but definitely powerful. Then we've got H. Now, I was hoping H would be a lot cooler, like, but I mean, he's a ghost. He easily gets kind of sucked up and destroyed by F. He just kind of hangs out. He hangs around. I'm putting him as barely did anything. I know some people really like I. In terms of the power level, I don't think very powerful. He's kind of taken advantage of very, very easily by F. Now, at one point, you know, it looks like F is going to use him as like a blaster, but it never really happens. You know what? I'm going to put him as a sidekick. Think about it. He's literally used as like part of F as a sidekick. Unwilling sidekick, but he's still kind of a sidekick, right? J, man, what does let me look at my notes here. What does J do? J gets blasted and dies. Do you even remember J coming back at all? I mean, I get G and J confused a lot because they're, you know, similar color, similar shape, but you know, I think Jay's just oof. He gets blasted at the beginning. I don't even think he comes back. So, I mean, really, like, even D and E are a little better because at least they contribute to the storyline a little more. K is literally the definition of a sidekick. I mean, F uses him as like a flying jetpack. He's not very powerful in defending himself, but he does help F, you know, achieve his goals. So, again, K for kick, sidekick. Then we've got L. Now, as you know, I've said in the past that L is my favorite letter because Lightning Lane. I mean, why not? But I might be changing my mind a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong. He is powerful. He's one of the most powerful ones, and he definitely poses a big threat to F. But, you know, if you start watching a little bit more, you know, he's really a bully. Like when he's younger, when he's lowercase, oh man, L and O, they really are a bully to F. And so, man, I mean, okay, but this is not a likability ranking. This is a power ranking. So he's up there. He's more powerful than G, but not super powerful. I'm gonna put him right here. That M. Now this is a tricky one because do you put M as super powerful or just powerful? Now I don't think he's as powerful as F. He is part of the storyline a lot. Like you see him quite a bit, and he really he gets a good kick on F. He really kicks him in the stomach pretty hard, doesn't he? But you know what? I'm gonna put him in the same category as G and L, and that's just powerful. Then we've got N. Now N is not just very powerful, but he's very important to the storyline. I mean, he makes some of the biggest decisions ever. You know, he ends up destroying F. So that right there shows that he's up there with F, but not just that, but he changes the whole storyline with some of his decisions that you know later on. So N is definitely up there with super powerful. I'm saying he's above G, L, and M. Oh, now O's kind of interesting because he's part of Elemental P. He's a superhero, but he really doesn't do as much as I think the other superheroes do. I mean, at one point he goes and just kind of kicks F a little bit, but he's kind of in the background a lot. You know, people might get mad at me for this, but I'm just gonna put him as a sidekick. Like, I'm sure he's powerful. He just didn't show a lot of power, so yeah, sorry, I don't mean to offend you, but yeah, you're kind of sidekick territory at this point. Then we've got P. Now, I know P is a fan favorite. A lot of people like P. P is very powerful, and if you think about it, P is one of the only letters that almost destroyed F. That's even when F had a lot of those super rocks, superpowers. And so, P, I'm gonna put up there with super powerful for sure. Q, oh, what am I gonna do with Q? Where are you gonna put him? Now, here's the thing with Q. At first, you're thinking Q is really weak, kind of dumb, slow, slimy. But then you come to find out that Q actually has a pretty crazy superpower. He's able to, you know, see the past, flashbacks. He's able to understand the full storyline, really gives the audience a big understanding of what actually went on. So Q, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put him in powerful. All right, what on earth does R do? Oh man, I don't think he just dies, but I think he has like a 2-second appearance and he just kind of looks like he's completely lost. Honestly, he's less than barely did anything. He's in oof territory. I almost even forget about R. Then we've got S. Now S looks cool. I like that S is a snake, but I'm gonna put him at the same level as H. It just didn't really do much. I think S is a little better than like D and E, who just kind of suffer the whole time, unfortunately. But I'll put S right about there. T. Oh man, I like how T looks. I like that shark vibe. But again, it's just what I think F goes over and just nails him down like a nail, like right into the ground. And that's about all you ever see of T. I mean, can you imagine T trying to go into a battle? Like he looks strong, he looks powerful, but when it comes down to it, he can't do much. So we're putting T in the oof space. Then we've got everyone's favorite letter, U. Or is that just me? No, just kidding. What does U do? Wait, let me look at my notes real quick. What did U do? U forms part of the gun. Okay, well, at least you did something. Even though that gun ends up not being the best thing, but you know what? You at least did something. Use a sidekick. V. I think at one point F is about to eat V, and V is just shaking there, like paranoid, just like, what do we do? You know, and then we don't really see V the rest of the time. I don't think V gets eaten or destroyed, but just kind of a nervous wreck V is. And so we're gonna put V in oof. I mean, he might as well just die, and I don't think anyone would even notice. I'm sorry for being so tough, but it's just that's the way the storyline goes. Like, W got that creepy vibe. The problem with W is, yeah, we see kind of W at the end a lot, but really, what does W do? Like, try to think of one thing besides W. I'm sorry, W, but even though you might be powerful, you really didn't show it. Barely did anything category like X. Now, X is an interesting one because I think X truly is quite powerful. But, you know, by the time he's facing F, F is just so powerful with all those super rocks that I don't think X really had a chance. And I don't know if X was really the smartest. I think he could have used his power a lot better. So, man, I'm putting X as powerful. Why? Why would Y do that? Nah. Okay, Y is basically, Y is a pun, a joke. It doesn't do much. And then Y's right at the end there, so unfortunately Y doesn't get a lot of screen time. He's not really part of the storyline too much, so I think Y though is pretty cool. I'm not gonna put him in oof territory. I'm just gonna put him in barely did anything territory. Then we've got Z. Now, some people might say, oh, Z doesn't do much. Z's at the very end, kind of like Y. You don't really see much. Sure, he might be big. It might be like a planet, but what else does Z do? Well, they haven't seen the epilogue, right? Really what Z does is Z is so powerful that he can just reverse time back. I mean, think about that. What other superpower is that crazy to do at a whole different level? It's way, way up there. So we are putting Z at super powerful.